only thing with the White Sox, I say they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.
All right, what is going on, everybody? As always, I am Tbone, Coach Getz. With me today, Keith is actually still indisposed, doing his own thing. Not really indisposed. He's got some family stuff taken care of. So I got my good friend, Mr. Kadar. He is a fellow content creator. He is the brain behind Hugh Jazz on TikTok. He's pulled millions of views multiple times. If you know DarJam on your GIFs, this is the man himself. Kadar, how you doing, my guy?
Doing all right. Minus my baseball team just sucking and getting eliminated. Other than that, doing pretty great.
Yeah. You know, it's funny that anyone that I bring on, the old co-host was a Eagles fan. And now you're from Philly, and you're Eagles fan, you're a Phillies fan, you're a everything Philly fan.
Yeah.
But you're also a degenerate sports gambler like all of us.
That's really more where I'm at right now with my team. I just focus on betting.
Yeah, where can I make some money and not hate my life as like a fan? Yeah, that's fair. But usually, so what we'll start off with, we'll get into some NFL, we'll get into some college, previewing the games this week, just kind of what we like, what we don't like, any surprises, touch on the news. I'm curious to hear your take on, the Robert Saleh NFL firing, Spencer Rattler starting. But we actually usually play a little game. My co-host Keith, he didn't know what Weddle was until recently, and he loves it. And so now we just start off with it.
Nice.
So I figured we could start off with it quick. We'll do the normal one. We'll do the hard one, and it'll be good for the people who come back and watch the stream live. And then it also gives people a little bit of time after we hit live to get in here, and we'll go from there. So,
got you.
As you were the guest here, give me a name. And if you don't know NFL, for those that don't know the non-hard mode is only offense. Hard mode is any position.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
So you give me a name.
I guess we'll go Patrick Mahomes. We'll just
Patty Mahomes.
Basic.
The most basic names out there.
Let's just.
At least hopefully we get some information off of it.
Okay.
That's a colorful guess.
That worked out a little bit.
Okay, so he's in the NFC.
Plays quarterback.
Yep. His number's above a 15. So that actually limits it a lot.
Yeah, a lot, honestly. Okay, now I gotta think of NFC teams.
NFC with double-digit quarterbacks.
Because
Kirk Cousins, but I think he's older than 29.
Older than 29 for sure.
Jared Goff is around that time. He's 18 or 16?
Yeah, it's definitely a good shout. He's probably number one in the because that's single digits.
Probably what Kyler's one. I'm trying to think over there.
Yeah, Kyler's one. Jalen Hurts is one. Dak Prescott is 4.
Derek Carr is
like a single digit.
Trying to think of some older guys. Stafford is single 9.
Was 9. Yeah, low key. Honestly, it's probably Jared
we're gonna say Jared Goff.
It's got to be Jared Goff.
It's got to be right. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, man, that was free.
Too. We know ball. We know what's up. Okay, daily hard. Let's get into the hard. Yikes!
And this is all offense.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Oh, the other one was all offense. Okay.
Yeah. So this one, I've had a long snapper before.
Jesus. Yeah. Okay. I know ball, but I don't know.
I knew one long snapper. It's like Tabor Pepper for the Niners, and there was that Magic dude on the Eagles for a while.
Oh yeah, the guy on the Eagles.
but that's it. Like,
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
tell
why.
you his name. I just know he did that.
I just know that's what he did. Now,
Yeah.
my team
All right.
didn't even know his name.
Let's see. So this one was NFC. So AFC. I'm gonna do like an AFC top defensive back, Patrick Surtain.
Had a crazy game this week.
Okay,
DB. Okay,
it's a DB.
of course he wears number 2, so it's any number in the world.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh. And he's in the NFC. DB, under 6'2", not a young guy. All right, let's see. You give me any NFC DB, and I'm sure we'll be close.
So,
Ooh.
yeah,
Oh, here you go. Give me any NFC DB.
any NFC DB. And I'm like, all right, it's DB for any of these teams.
No, if it's you start adding race, because the whites are taking over in the DB position.
Yeah, I mean they're slowly but surely making their way back in.
We got that. Isn't there a guy on Denver who's white and Riley Moss or whatever?
Oh yeah.
He's a white dude.
He caught a pick. Remember?
Yeah, I think DB counts. I think safeties count as DBs.
Oh, that's true. See,
So you got Harrison Smith out there. He's
Smith's
white.
still holding it down. Yeah.
Yep. Cooper and Blankenship. There's
there's
4 whites.
Yeah, I'm about to say those are my guys. We have half of the populace right now on our team.
You're like we have 2 of them.
Yep, and I'm actually
Wonderful.
Sure I saw a thing where Cooper's actually supposed to be starting in the nickel this week. Getting his first go.
I hope so. Hey, I hope you hold it down for us.
Yeah.
Just don't get burned.
The white guys are like, come on, this is our time.
Come on, man. yeah. All right, give me anyone.
Damn, was it Marcus Lattimore? I guess I'll go ahead.
Yep.
I was trying to think of somebody like older.
Marshawn, there we go.
Marshawn. I said Marcus.
Okay, NFC. Okay, he's 28. Okay.
Got the age spot on.
Not in the South. Let me think of someone. Okay. How old is Blankenship? Is he older?
I don't think so. I think Reed is kind of young, actually.
Darius Slay? Was Darius Slay still around?
See, that's where I was gonna go, but they said the number was higher than 2, and he also wears 2 with Patrick.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, actually, no. That number means I think it's plus. It's like within 2 or 3, so it's a single digit.
Okay, because Slay was gonna be my original guess.
Yeah, and if it was if they both are 2, it would be green.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes
sense. So it's a single digit though. So 1 or 3.
It could be a good guess, honestly.
0, 1, or 3.
Let's
see.
He's right around that age, like 28.
Yeah, let's see if at least that would knock off the NFC East.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So it would be green. So it's higher than 2. So it's 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know. Like how many like plus or minus or plus it is if it's yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a little bit older. He's under 6 foot.
Under 6 foot. Okay.
West or north? Jair's like 23.
Yeah.
Number wise.
I think like the guy on the Niners is like young, isn't he? Trevor Ward, isn't he young?
Jimmy Ward?
Nah. What's the other kid's name?
Oh, I'm gonna throw out Xavier McKinney because he's.
Oh yeah, true.
That would check off the North. I didn't know what number he was.
He's in the NFC West.
DB. They're all 6 foot.
It's crazy that everybody was the same height.
Okay, could you tell me a Cardinals DB?
I wish. I just watched them play too, and I just don't remember their defense because it's the forgettable side of the ball for them.
Yeah, it really is. It's not the fun time. It's not the fun side.
We're worried about.
Man, that is rough. I'm trying to. Oh man, I can't even. I couldn't tell you anyone in the Rams secondary or on their defense.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. His name is Charvarius Ward, the kid on the guy on the Niners.
Charvarius Ward, I like it.
Yeah.
Charvarius?
Yep, Charvarius. Yep.
Okay. We age is right.
Okay, so I knew he wore single digits too, and it's like
there we go. Okay, we're okay.
Under 7, but above 2, so it's 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. So and it's not even yellow, so it's like 2, 3. It's like 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. Okay.
Isn't there? I think
play
there's
for
a safety. I think there's a safety.
So you either play for the Cardinals, Seahawks,
He
or
didn't
Rams.
always play for the Cardinals. I think he like signed there. He's got like a funky name though.
Yeah, see, that's something. I'm like, some of these guys' names is just like,
man, or maybe he did. I don't know. I'm trying. This guy. Oh, it's not like a. Man, I think his name starts with a B. Is who I'm thinking of.
oh, you talking about wait a minute, Buda Baker?
That is who I'm thinking of. Right? He plays for the Cardinals.
Yeah, he plays for the Cardinals. That's the one defensive player I do know on the Cardinals.
Bang, got it.
Oh,
there it is. There we go.
That's just elimination.
That's good because I don't think I could have pulled any other DB.
Yeah, I don't
on
think I had anybody else.
Any other team. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is the fun game. Just kind of gets the vocal cords going. Would you prefer to start in the NFL or college football, my friend?
I guess we could do college. This is like the best slate of the season coming up this Saturday.
It is. I was talking just this last weekend was pretty great.
Oh yeah.
Like
on paper, this
on all the upsets on Saturday, and then there was like
games.
Yeah, and I mean, even like the Cal game. Granted, that was in hell.
Yeah, that was.
They didn't get upset, but storming back from down 25.
Plus 10.5 was still there, but yeah.
Yeah. I bought it up to like plus money for Miami. I just had a sick feeling about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, they're down 25. That's super cool. I'm really glad I have negative 600 on this to do that. But then you have all the upsets. Obviously, Alabama loses. But then even on Sunday, you have like, I looked at the Colts Jags box score. 41 points scored in the fourth quarter combined.
Yeah, they're just slinging the ball down the field.
I'm like, man, the under looked real good, and then that happened. It's like, actually, this is
the under was looking good.
They hit the over in one quarter.
Yeah, no, they legitimately. I'm just sitting there watching Red Zone, and they had to cut back to that game every 3 seconds.
Yeah, just gross. All right, so what do you think? I'll name some like the matchups of the week. I know I have family in Texas, and they used to live in Oklahoma. The Red River rivalry is this week. Number 1 Texas, 18 Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really get hyped for that. I think Arch Manning is. I don't know if he's playing, to be honest.
I think Quinn Ewers is back. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw he was like almost ready to go on Twitter, so I'm assuming they were probably just waiting for this game.
Right. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, I guess it's not as exciting. It's like more exciting when both teams are really good. Oklahoma is like technically they're ranked. They did just get a good win, but they're not that good to me to the point where like I think Texas is way better than them.
Yeah, they're definitely not Texas. I mean, the spread is 14.5. I just don't think I'm going to bet that. I think I'm going to watch and enjoy it.
I'm for sure just going to be a spectator for this one.
Maybe the over. It's only 50.5, which doesn't seem a lot for.
I could get down. Yeah, I could get down with it over.
Down with that kind of offense, and now they're both in the SEC, former Big 12. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a better game to watch than it is actually to like bet on.
It's always nice because it's like at the neutral site. They do it at the Texas State Fair or whatever it is. And
my brother. Yeah, my brother was in Dallas this weekend, and he was like, "Yeah, apparently they have the game and apparently it's not the Texas State Fair; it's the State Fair of Texas or something." Like they get real anal about that shit. I'm like, who cares?
I'm like, who cares? It's still the State Fair.
It's a State Fair. No, it's not Texas State Fair. It's a State Fair of Texas.
Texas. Yeah.
All right, cool, good to know.
Yeah,
another game I think could be good. I don't. It's cop out saying Ole Miss LSU. I don't like that Ole Miss LSU 9 versus 13 and Ohio State Oregon 2 versus 3 are both at 6:30.
Are they? I hate that.
Like,
that a lot.
Couldn't you do like
one of them being like the 12 o'clock window,
right? Or push the Red River game to noon instead of 2:30 and push one of these to the 3:30 slate and like have just 3 top 25 matchups back to back to back, but. I will definitely be going back and forth. Who would you? I mean, Ole Miss lost.
Yeah. Unfortunately, good Lord.
Yeah, like they ever since that Kentucky game,
Yeah.
they only score 17. Yeah, like they play South Carolina, they only score like 30 points. Like offense is slipping a little bit. I don't know. I don't know who I'd pick in that one.
Yeah, I really don't know. Like I was right now, like LSU for sure looks better.
Right.
Because I just don't know what happened to Ole Miss's offense. I was betting Ole Miss team total with my eyes closed every week, but now I'm sitting here like, well,
yeah. Now it's like, oh, maybe I can't do that.
Maybe I just shouldn't do that anymore.
I mean, I just see Jackson Dart's stats right now: 2,100 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah,
like those are monster numbers.
Yeah, and like all of them were the first
4 games or whatever.
Yeah, the first 4 games.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably leaning LSU in that game.
Yeah,
LSU's at home. Baton Rouge is.
And I'm definitely leaning LSU.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that plays out. Over 53.5, or no, sorry, 61.5. Ole Miss by 3.5 is the spread.
Yeah, I had a feeling it'd be a high total. I mean, it's definitely, if Ole Miss can eventually, I guess, play like they normally do, it should be a shootout.
Yeah, that is the LSU team that lost to shitty USC though now. So
yeah, true.
That's man, that makes that loss look so much uglier on their record. Like if they win and then USC ends up doing what they've been doing and they just kind of suck, like it's fine. It's like LSU's probably a top 5 team.
Yeah, probably, honestly.
But I don't know. The game of the week, it's got to be the Ohio State Oregon game, right? Like
sure. Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting on.
Have you watched a lot of Oregon?
I didn't get to see like their earlier games. Like I knew but I'd be like score app watching because I'd be like I might have points, and I'm like I noticed that like points just weren't going up. Like the last couple weeks, I've been seeing them score. Like the first 4 weeks, I was like, "The fuck is going on with Oregon?"
Yeah, and like people are saying like, oh, like I don't really think they deserve to be number 3.
Yeah, I think they just got blessed because of all the losses.
100%. Like
Georgia lost to Bama, then Bama lost. So both.
Yeah, what was their
went down?
Like 9 top 25 teams lost. Like
like they just got like a process of elimination bump up.
It's like, oh, you're just one of the top undefeated teams, and you're supposed to be.
You didn't lose. Way to go, man.
Yeah, but I mean, even their games, like I know Boise State has come alive, and they look possibly legit, or their running back is just legit.
Running back is legit. Yeah.
That guy, I looked at the props and it was, his over-under is 186.
Yeah,
it's like,
I remember somebody was talking about it. I was just like, "What?"
Oh yeah, I looked at it. I'm like, nah, I can't bet that. And then he had
like 250 or some shit.
Yeah, he had like 180. He had like 185 and 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah,
and it's like, what the? It's like, dude, this guy's playing Road to Glory right now.
That's what I'm saying. Man, this guy looks like my video game character. I got to start watching Boise State games just because.
Right. But then they play Oregon State 49-14. That's a quality win, and then only 34 against UCLA, 30 against Michigan State. Like they're taking care of business, but
they're not like.
Yeah. I thought they were going to come in looking like Texas to start the year, having this Heisman favorite quarterback and veteran guy, and they just
that's exactly
haven't done it. I don't know. They haven't impressed me. I mean, they only win by 10 against Idaho. Like
I was gonna I didn't ever bet it, but I was gonna have a future on Oregon to win the Big Ten.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad I didn't bet it. Like, can they still win the Big Ten? For sure, they have enough talent. But if I went off these first 6 weeks, I'm like, I don't know. Obviously, this game right here is really what tells me everything because this is the best team in the Big Ten that they're about to play. Because obviously, Michigan isn't what they were from losing everybody to the draft. So
and I mean, being a Michigan fan, people I mean, Oregon still has to play obviously Ohio State. They have Illinois. They have Michigan. They go to Wisconsin. They still have to play Washington. None of those are cakewalks.
Yeah, no, they got some rough spots in that that you got to play in that aren't going to be like a walkover.
Right, and they have to they started home, went on the road for 2. Now they're at home for Michigan State and Ohio State. Then they go road home, road home, road home. So they're flipping like
Yeah, they're like traveling all the way across the country.
yeah, and yeah, I don't know, man. I think as much as I hate Ohio State so much, it just pisses me off. But
yeah.
I think they clear. I think the line is 3.
Yeah, I'm looking at 3.5 on fans.
Okay, yeah. I think Ohio State clears that easily.
Yeah, I for sure have Ohio State. It's just they have like they're like obviously nobody is facing like Will Howard and all that, but it's like that's cool and I understand that. But it's just like they have so much because of like they have two legit running backs.
Yep.
And then you got the freshmen, you still got Buka, like there's just so much to try to stop. And I'm like, Oregon doesn't look that great against nobody. So
right. So it's like now they're gonna play a legit powerhouse.
Yeah, like the only thing that like gives them like okay that I'm like, all right, it might not be that bad is that at least they're at home. Like if this is in Columbus, Ohio State by 40.
Right. And I mean, it's like, yeah, sure, Oregon has probably the positional advantage with Gabriel, but
yeah, that's the one.
That's about it.
That's it.
Like,
that's really all they win in.
Like, and just for like the Ohio State, like Jeremiah Smith, like you're doing ridiculous things at 18, and you're not even the best freshman in the country.
Yeah.
Like because you're not even the best freshman at your position because you got the boy down in Bama
you got Ryan Williams. Yeah.
Who that guy is? Any dynasty league I am in, I am selling all parts for 2027 picks. And I'm like, give me both these guys. I want them both on my team.
Yeah. If I get both those, if I ever join a dynasty league, I'm selling like, everything for both of them.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I know what kind of athlete I was at 17. I don't think I was like, this guy is the ocean. I think I wasn't even like a drop. This guy, these two, both of them are just super impressive to watch. And Jeremiah Smith really pisses me off because now I have to deal with another great fucking Ohio State wide receiver. As if I didn't have to deal with Marvin Harrison and Olave and Wilson and Michael Thomas and Curtis. Oh my God.
Yeah, like them and LSU are just pumping out wide receivers like there's no tomorrow.
At this point, I'm willing to give it to Ohio State.
Yeah, just off of depth, I'd give it to
Ohio State. And I mean LSU's got the depth. I mean LSU's probably got the top with
they got the top potential, but like depth, no.
Nah, man.
Like I said, you got Wilson, you got Olave, you got
and Harrison, and there was
Harrison just came in.
Yeah, and there was in 21, like their entire. I think they showed the 2021 wide receiver room for Ohio State was like Olave, Wilson, Harrison, Ibuka, JSN.
Oh yeah, JSN was there too.
And then the guy who left, I don't think Fleming was there, but they had like 5 guys who were all picked in the top in like the first round, and it's like, God, that's gross.
Yeah. No.
So are there any bets that you like for this slate? Because I have my 3 that we give out. We give out 3 bets NFL, 3 bets college, and then me and my buddy we put out a anytime touchdown for the NFL slate. So I have my 3 picks that I'm willing to stand behind. But do you have any that you're like, I really like this, or I like this spread, or this total, or anything like that?
Hold on, I could find some real quick.
Perfect. Let's see. I will go through my 3 while you look.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There we go. So my first one, I'm going to need to know when it is. It is in the 2:30 game. It is Penn State versus USC. USC coming off 3 tough games. They lose to Minnesota last week. They go to Wisconsin, win by 17, but still kind of got beat up a little bit. And then they lost to Michigan, a tough game. I don't think USC is all there. I don't think USC is of old. I don't think USC is good anymore. Give me Penn State minus 4.5 as my first pick of the week. I will parlay that with a high-flying offense in Coach Prime. Give me Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes playing Kansas State. Give me the over of 56.5. In the last game of the week, and I love that I pick 2 of the 2 nightcap games. It's my favorite. Give me Boise State to win by 19.5 against Hawaii.
Rainbow Warriors.
The Rainbow Warriors. I'm just looking at Austin Gente's stats right now. He has 1,000 yards, 16 touchdowns.
16 touchdowns, yeah.
That is absurd.
It's actually unbelievable.
So give me Boise State by I had 19.5. Right now it looks like it's 21. I'm going to keep it at 19.5.
Yeah, I see 20.5 right here.
So those are my 3 of the week. Let me pull up my co-host so I can give his pick so the people listening can see what he had. Keith had I knew he'd go back to it. He's been on the Armed Forces train. He's got Army minus 26.5.
Okay.
Ohio State minus 2.5.
Like that.
Oklahoma plus 14.5.
Okay.
So I almost did hit the Ohio State one. I refuse to put them in my 3-leg. I refuse.
I understand from your standpoint. I understand that. And it's actually funny that your first pick was Penn State. I was like, that's going to be like my first pick. I was like, Penn State 4.5. I'm like, let me get that.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, last week me and him we linked up on the same for the Commanders game. So hey, we cross over all the time. So what are a couple that you're feeling that you kind of like? You might throw some cash out there for.
I'll definitely take the Penn State spread in that game because, like you said, I just don't think USC they're just in a bad spot. Penn State, obviously, they get bumped up to number 4. They're trying to make sure they stack all those games that they can win because we all know when Penn State season ends, pretty much is when they eventually lose to Ohio State. Usually it's to Ohio State and Michigan, but they actually might have a chance to beat Michigan this year. Like I said, this is kind of a down year for Michigan, unfortunately. Like I said,
they actually don't. Talent. It's one of the first times in a couple years they actually don't have to play Michigan. They do have to play. No, they avoided it. They do have to play Ohio State. But they actually got to avoid both Michigan and Oregon this year.
Wow, they got blessed.
Yep.
Okay,
so currently Ohio State is the only ranked team left on their schedule for Penn State.
Got you.
So if there's any futures, maybe Penn State in the Big Ten championship.
Yeah,
it could be there because
it could hold value if Ohio State beats Oregon on Saturday.
Because Oregon, then we said Oregon still has a tough slate against Washington, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois. They could slip up one.
Indiana, big sleeper out there. Actually, I'm kind of a big Indiana backer right now.
Dude, so I was going to hammer it because I love their coach. Cignetti is just I love his press conference. I've seen it all over TikTok. Yo, I just win. And then he goes basically like, Google me. It's like, damn, bro. And then you do, and it's like, oh yeah, all he does is fucking win. This is awesome. So yeah, I'm a huge Indiana supporter. Weird though. They're on a bye this week and next.
They're on a bye until
for 2 weeks.
They play Nebraska on the 19th. Yeah.
So is that Nebraska game? Is that like? Oh, so they do play next week. I didn't see them playing next week. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that is weird. Maybe I was looking at the schedule wrong, or I was looking at like week 6 or something like that. But okay, so you're rolling with the Penn State.
Penn State -4.5 for sure.
Beautiful.
My other pick that I am taking right now because I do think at some point they are going to. It's just going to be between them and Miami, but I think they are going to win the ACC. The way they look right now is Clemson.
Oh, I like Clemson.
-20.5 versus Wake Forest. Yeah, ever since they got smacked by Georgia, but then ever since then they've been playing good football.
Yeah, I like it. I like Clemson. I've had a couple props out there for Club Nick, just kind of slinging the ball around. A couple times he's hit. He failed me on a couple, but overall, yeah. No, I like.
Somebody got hooked last week, kind of nasty by his yards. I think it was about 4 yards because they were blowing whoever it was out.
And they were just like, yeah, no, we're done. We're not.
Yeah, and they just pulled them. I was like,
damn. Yeah, I think my brother had similar with the fucking Saints game. He needed 12 more car yards, and then he gets the oblique injury.
Yeah, that was how mine was. I needed.
Oh yeah, you had it too, right? You had that too.
4 pass attempts. I just needed him to go out there and throw 4 passes.
You're like, and they're not running any of these times. Even at 4th down, they're slinging the ball. So this is a lock.
Yeah, then I get that notification, oblique injury. I'm sitting there like, wow.
Yeah, that is brutal.
So give me Clemson for sure on the road against Wake Forest, and a third. Let me see.
Let's see. I was kind of focusing on top 25 games. Somehow, neither of the armed forces are ranked. Navy and Army.
Yeah, I was going to say Navy's actually kind of legit.
So is Army. Army, and I know it's been all over TikTok and all this stuff, and now people are just realizing. My co-host Keith, he was on it like 2 weeks ago saying both these teams are legit. They very easily could play for the American Championship and then a week later play in the Armed Forces Bowl.
Yeah.
And then this week after they both kind of rolled, they're like, oh, they're both 5-0. They could do. I'm like, oh man, was my buddy just like ahead of the curve? Like,
could have been, honestly.
But yeah, I like it 26 though. Just man, that is just such a high number.
Yeah, for sure.
For like a non-ranked team to cover 26, it's just it's hard for me to be like, yeah, I know that.
Like if it's like somebody that it's like all right, like Georgia -27, it's like all right,
fuck it.
But then like a team that's not ranked, it's like fuck.
Yeah,
I know they're good, but are they that good?
Yeah, it's like I've been on them, but I don't know if they're that good.
I'm like, we're taking like 7.5, 8.5 would come for 21.
Yep.
Like, all right now.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. And I guess I'm just gonna do it and say fuck it and just hope Ole Miss shows up. I'm gonna take the over in the LSU Ole Miss game.
I like that. I like that one. All right. Let's see what else we got going over here. So we got that. Any big news? I mean, it seems like the NFL's kind of dominated the news cycle right now for football.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing really going on. In the mid weeks, I mean, there's some football games going right now. Jacksonville State up 13 on New Mexico State, if that matters.
Yeah, I always have a tab up for the midweek games just because I like watching football. But yeah, nothing really much going on.
Yeah, I mean, Liberty played on Tuesday. Like,
yeah, overtime game actually. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly couldn't have told you that I knew they were playing.
Yeah,
but their
schedule I only really know they're playing because it got promoted on Twitter the whole 55 days without a game with no football, with football not being on the screen. So I know there's at least a game every night.
Yeah, that's that's fair. Yep, that's
the only reason.
Yeah, because Wednesday obviously we're here, New Mexico State. Thursday night football.
There's like 3 or 4 college games tomorrow with Thursday night football too.
And looking ahead to next week, there's 3 college games, 3 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's like
2 more on Thursday, like 4 on Friday.
Who just wants to watch football all the time. It's the best.
This is probably why it's good that I don't have live betting in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Because I would probably just bet it all.
Yeah.
And I don't need that. Like I'm a degenerate enough. Like I probably would have hit Miami last week, like live bet, like plus 300. I would be like, yeah, fuck yeah, 100. Fuck it.
My friends got in when they were like plus 890.
Feels good.
Yeah, it was a good.
You're like, I fucking knew it.
That got all his coin back because he originally had Cal, so it was the hedge of the lifetime.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah, that's to even predict you have Cal in that is a wild. But let's move over to the NFL now. We got pulling up the schedule of the week.
I know we got Thursday night football with the NFC West matchup for the number 1 spot out there. In Seattle? In Seattle, yeah.
In Seattle, San Francisco favored by 3.5.
Both teams coming off a loss.
Both tough losses.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't put it out there, but I was thinking, this doesn't mean much because I didn't bet it. But I had an inkling. I'm like, damn, if Seattle's going to fucking lose a game, this feels like the time that the Giants would pull out a game you don't expect. Yeah, and they did. The Giants won.
Yeah, of course. And I had Seattle as the survivor pool pick, and I was like, yo, good stuff, guys. Literally started the game with a 101-yard scoop and score. I'm like, they're about to roll the Giants. And then nothing happened after that.
Yeah. That's both teams, tough losses.
Yeah. The Niners just collapsed. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, man. I mean, people are really low on the Cardinals in general, but they just
It's just because they're like an up and down, like because like then you watch them get blown out by the Commanders. And it's like, all right, maybe they're not that
right. But then in week 2 they blow out the Rams.
But then they blow out the Rams. Yeah, it's like it's
like, and then they put up 28 and only lose by 6 to the Bills week 1. So it's like, you see the potential there.
They have potential to be good in games. So like, and obviously it's a divisional matchup against the Niners. Obviously, people are just high on the Niners because they're the Niners.
Right. And then the next game after that is the London game.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Matchup. I might not wake up for that one.
Yeah, I woke up for the last week because I
did wake up for that one. Yeah.
I had the Vikings, and obviously Rodgers is the guy, but I picked the Vikings, even though I always advise to not bet these fucking London games.
Yeah, no.
I didn't realize that I did actually pick it again, but I'm actually on the Bears, which is gross to think about.
They're not looking too bad. Like kind of looking
slowly
figuring some stuff out.
Yeah, and I mean, the Jags, they kind of figured some shit out of.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, yeah, honestly,
but
the way both they looked.
The Colts defense is so fucking.
Oh, it's trash. Like really like the worst defense ever. Yeah.
And the Bears are.
The Bears are actually a good defense. Yeah, the Bears is actually a really good defense.
So I don't think that would happen of them putting up like 41 points in the fourth, and I don't trust Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I trust Caleb Williams.
Yeah, but I definitely like the Bears pick there. Honestly, if I had to pick one.
Yeah, I think. Spoiler, that will be one of my actual picks of the week, which feels gross. I don't feel good about it, but I am going to put that as one of them.
Yeah, and betting the Bears does feel weird, but
yeah, I do like. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 6 games at the noon slot.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 traditional 4 at the 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sunday night game. There's a lot of like stinker games. Like none of them are like, oh, I'm really hyped about this.
Yeah, not too many like great matchups this week.
Like I couldn't even tell you which one I'm most excited for. Like
I guess I'm excited about Commanders Ravens.
I was gonna say that's probably the one. Like
like Jaden Daniels, like big matchup to see like what he's really about in Baltimore.
Like this could be the game that Jaden Daniels is already the number 1 fantasy quarterback.
Yeah.
But I mean they're 4-1. If they beat the Ravens, like people are
they look then they'd actually look really legit.
Yeah, and I mean they're 4-1. I mean they only lost to the Bucks. I mean, but
yeah.
They put up 38 on the Bengals, 42 on the Cardinals, 34 on the Browns. Like they snuck one out against the Giants. Like tough divisional game. They still win that one. Man, it is. Yeah, that's a tough one. But yeah, that is probably the best game of. I mean, I probably won't be watching it a ton because I'll just be watching the Packer game. But I'll definitely be switching between that. I think that's got to be one of the better ones.
Yeah, I'm just a red zone watcher anyway. So
maybe you're a red zone watcher.
Yeah,
I can't stand that shit.
I have to because I just need to be everywhere all the time.
My money's all over.
Yeah, my money's all over the place. I don't want to hard focus one game.
When you're dropping your touchdown parlays, you're like, man, I got to know who fucking scoring as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm like,
and then
wherever we're at.
Yeah, I think another game that could be there is Lions Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that's like a good potential points matchup.
Yeah, 52.5. I think it's the highest on the slate.
On the board, it should be between.
Yeah, the second one is Commanders Ravens at 51.5. So yeah, they beat them out by a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. But there's not like outside of that, like
the Cardinals Packers game. Actually, your guys' game.
It could be good.
Game. Could be a good game.
I could also see either one of them getting rolled, and
potentially that's like, kind of how it goes for like both those teams. Either really good, high scoring, or somebody's just not performing, and it's all over.
Right. So we'll see. Well, but there's just not a lot of like I'm really in love with.
You got like a lot of nasty games. Like
it's like just
nasty games. Steelers, Raiders, nasty game.
Bengals, Giants.
Yeah, like, Falcons, Panthers. Like it's just like all right.
Steelers, Raiders. That doesn't get me excited.
I am not excited to watch Steelers Raiders.
Even the Bills Jets game, like I think a
It's
sneaky
it's
play.
a divisional game.
Hey, also this is the week Saleh got fired. There's like that stat out there that teams that just fired their head coach are like ridiculously good the week after they fire their head coach.
Oh yeah.
So I might throw a little money on the Jets to cover 2.5.
Yeah, they might have to take the Jets.
Like the Bills, there's just something seems off about the Bills right now.
Yeah, they kind of like after they looked like the greatest team of all time a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, against the Jags.
Yeah, like and then you're thinking they're rolling, and then they got smashed by the Ravens. Yep.
And then they lose. They just absolutely
shot themselves in the foot against the Texans.
I love Kurt Benkert. He posted on Twitter. He was like, any person who's ever played Madden knows that's not, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Like why are you throwing 3 times?
You don't have to be a professional coach to know to not do what the Bills.
But I feel like with how many poor clock management decisions, I really think there are some people who play like Madden and shit who know more clock management than these fucking teams.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I sit here like as I'm like yelling about my bets and like about like I'm like sometimes I just get an actual football rants. I'm like, why are you doing this right here? This doesn't even make. I'm like, you know what? Being an offensive coordinator in the NFL can't be that hard of a job. How do you get hired for this?
Like even being a head coach, like if you're not calling offense or defense,
yeah,
and then you still have a bonehead play like that, it's like, bro, what are you in charge of?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing out there?
What are you doing? You're not doing shit.
You're not playing. You're not dialing anything up. You're just like the extra voice. Why don't you extra voice tell him not to do that?
Yeah, if anything, you should know the down and distance, the time on the clock. Like, hey, we need to take a timeout here, or no, let this one go. We'll take it after the next play. Like,
yeah, I'm sitting here just watching them huck the ball down the field. I'm like, these guys do know they're on their own 5-yard line,
and then they do it again, and I'm like, are they fucking dumb? Like, even if they take 3 timeouts, like, you're fine.
Just run the football, man.
Man, and then it cost them. Then Houston comes down, and
they just ran like 2 plays, getting the field goal range, and then boom,
bang, game over.
It's like,
right. So I don't really like what's going on in Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on out there.
But yeah, so for my 3 bets for this week, I'm going the Washington Commanders plus 6.5.
I like that.
I am taking the Texans, who are playing the Patriots. Texans -7.
Right.
And then the Bears, I will take them -2.5.
Gotcha.
I think just I don't like London games, but for the second straight week, I'm betting London games. I don't know how I feel about it, but here we go. Especially since here we go. So Keith's picks of the week: Jets +2, or probably 2.5.
Right.
Cardinals +5. Fuck you, Keith. He's a Vikings fan. And then Niners -3.5.
Okay.
Anything jumping out to you that you're like, yeah, I'm probably gonna throw something on that?
Yeah, like I mean, if I had to take anything, I'm taking the Niners for sure in the bounce back. I guess in the bounce back bowl between 2 teams that just took nasty losses.
Yep.
So I guess the Niners. I'd probably just take the money line. Just got on like 3.5. If it was 3 or 2.5, I could see them just winning by a field goal and then getting hooked. So yeah, Niners money line. I'm cool with that.
Money line is -185. I like that.
Yeah, it's just got to be parlay. It's just got to be a parlay leg. And then I don't like that. Yeah, I've definitely probably taken that over in Detroit, Dallas.
Okay. Yep. 50. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I can definitely see that being high scoring. I could also see it being just 2017. Just both.
Yeah, just some
gross.
Dan Campbell classic. He doesn't kick any field goals. Dallas stalls out a bunch. Yeah. And then I'll take it's a prayer and a hope that Joe Burrow's team can stop losing him games, and I'm going to take the Bengals to beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's stats look insane for a guy that has as many losses as he does.
Yeah, I like all that. I like those picks. I'm going to pull up for the last thing that we have is our anytime touchdowns. This week, I am picking the guy who scores a touchdown seemingly every fucking week at this point, Derrick Henry. And then Keith has J.K. Dobbins. And then, Dar, give me your favorite. I'm going to add it to the three-legger. Give me your favorite anytime touchdown scorer of this week.
Got you.
Last week, I was so damn close to my prediction of Mike Evans, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, and just...
Yeah, I remember that one. That was...
Oh, man. 2 touchdowns, 50 yards in the
immediately.
first one.
Immediately.
And then only caught like 2 more balls the rest of the game, and just...
Yeah, I was
tough watch.
I was like, all right, we're just not giving the ball to Mike anymore.
Nope. He did enough. Let's see. So yeah, who do you got for your last pick, or for your anytime touchdown? I know you're the anytime touchdown monster. We're always putting a couple bucks on a massive parlay out there.
Just got to try to see if we're going to Disney.
Yep, I love it. I'm always on board with that.
All right, let's see. Let me pick a game that I actually like. All right, I'll take Josh Jacobs to score against the Cardinals.
There we go. I fuck with it. We're the running back parlay this week.
Yeah. I tried to stay in theme.
Yep, I love it. And it makes me feel good because if he scores, that means maybe the Packers are going to win.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. Any? I'm looking at some baseball quick. Anything of note? Looks like no. Dodgers up early in the first.
Yeah, Mookie Betts home run.
Yeah,
the Royals have tied that game up because the Yankees were up 2-0 before. So
Tigers win. They're up 2-1.
Yeah, they're kind of my team I'm backing at the moment now since my team just took a hard dive out.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I did have Phillies Tigers in the World Series.
That would have been cool.
That not really a big fan that didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I don't Met. So it's either gonna be Dodgers, Padres, or Met. Man, I think it's the Padres.
I for sure think it's the Padres. I tweeted it yesterday when they were both like up. I was like, those two teams are two teams that are actually playing good baseball and they deserve to be in the NLCS. Because like I knew we were playing terribly. I'm like, we don't deserve to go. And then the Dodgers, they're just the Dodgers. They just habitually lose in the first round with $100 million rosters anyway. That's just their thing.
And I mean, and now they added Shohei.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're still going to lose first round. Okay.
Still might lose in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I think a really intriguing matchup. I don't think it's going to do great for ratings, but Kansas City, Detroit, just give me two of the best pitchers.
Give me small market value. Love that.
Right. Give me the Cole Ragans,
the Ragans, Skubal,
and then Skubal. Give me those two just fucking dealing it.
I might parlay the no runs each inning all the way to the ninth.
Oh yeah, I had one that it was no run first inning and second inning, and like 6 of the 8 hit or something, and it was and then I think the fucking Guardians put up like 5 or something.
I remember that it was game 1.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on, dude, this is such bullshit. Yeah. But Tigers come back now. They've won 2 in a row. Man, but I would love to see a Skubal Ragans just fucking battle.
That would be electric to watch for pitcher people.
Yeah. But I don't got much else, man. I appreciate you hopping on.
No problem at all.
But yeah, I will have this. I will link where some of the videos that we post up. I'll tag you in it so you can see it, repost it, whatever. In the YouTube, I will put your links and all that good stuff for it. Appreciate you coming on, guys. People can go find your stuff when you're live on Twitch. Making CTE University. I saw that get. It's in. They're in.
We finally got that going.
We're in. I love it. But that will do it for us. Keith should be back next week. I'm not 100% sure. I know he's had some stuff this week. He's got a wedding this weekend, then he's flying back to Arizona. So we'll find out. I'll be letting people know what we're doing, where we're at. That will do it for us. Man, I appreciate it again, and we will talk soon.
Of course. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Only thing with the White Sox, I say they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.